Hello friends, welcome to our channel Creating Essence. I am Megan.
I'm Josh.
We are doing something a little bit different today. Really long story short, both of us have dealt with food sensitivities, whether we realized that was what we were dealing with our entire lives. After seeing lots of ads and checking out different tests and things, we decided to give this Everywell a try.
This is not sponsored.
This is not sponsored. We picked this after doing research, watching videos, reading blogs, reading all sorts of things about how the IgG tests are done, and we spent our own money on it.
Yeah, waited for 30% off sale.
Yeah, waited for a sale. That was a big deal. And we just wanted to try it and show you all how it works. We are gonna wait till we get our results back before we share this video with you all, but we wanted to unbox them with you, show you what it looks like, and let you know our impression of it the whole way through.
And the one we went with is the comprehensive test that does 204 different foods.
Yes, and the other one was 96. So this one has a whole lot more. It is more expensive, obviously, but it is more than twice as many things it tests for. So this is what the test looks like. It has your ID number here. And then it tells you what's in here, and this is a packet of the instructions. You can call or email if you have any questions or need help. It gives written instructions, and it also says to watch a video first. Then inside the box, under tab 1, there's an alcohol pad, some lancets for the finger prick, some gauze, and a Band-Aid. Under side 2, there's the biohazard bag and label, and your collection information. And it specifically says that underneath this green portion is the shipping materials to send the tests back. So everything is all included here. And now we're gonna watch the video.
Yeah, we are.
So we fill out our blood collection card. All right. No wonder they send 3. Like, the video showed that there was a row of 4 dots. There are 10 dots here. Like, you need lancets because you just need to, like, so many lancets. You just need to keep stabbing and squeezing.
Oh, really?
10. Alcohol pad, gauze pad, Band-Aid, pokey things. All right, you do your first one while I wash my hands with warm water.
Okay.
You gonna do it?
My finger has a heartbeat.
My finger has the heartbeat. I've had this done so many times, but yet the thought of doing it to myself.
Do you want me to do it to you?
So it's right here.
I can do it to you. Do you want me to do it?
I'm sweating so much because I can't do it.
All right.
Yeah.
You are sweating. You are like, I can see the sweat.
The adrenaline's going.
There you go. Don't use your first drop.
Yeah.
All right.
Did it hurt? That looks like a big hole.
It's not.
All right, so I'm gonna do mine. I don't even think it went in my skin. What do I have, leather? Oh,
Yes.
it did.
Yes, you do. Is that good?
Oh, you did one?
I got one.
I'm on number 4. My finger's an overachiever, baby.
Go. Go.
I should be one of those nurses that specializes in heel pricking babies. No, that would be really sad. Just to make sure we're really stoked.
Oh my goodness. Where do you get all this blood from?
I drink water. Well, I have 2 spare lancets if you need one. I'm gonna go wash my hands.
gonna take me a long time.
My finger has a heartbeat.
Go, Daddy, go. Go, Daddy, go.
You can feel that
Go,
circle.
Daddy, go. Go, Daddy, go.
Okay.
Took me a good
After
25 minutes to get my blood
Circles
out.
are filled out. Put it under the little lip thing they have here. Biohazard bag, it says to leave the silica packet in. Specifically says if you skip that step, they can't process your test. Into the biohazard bag. Seal it up. This is your card. I'll write your name on it. Mine has my name on it. For tracking your test.
You're sure.
And then underneath, woo, the green thing is a poly mailer and a shipping label. Test box in the poly mailer. Seal it up. Done. Ready to ship.
So far, my recommendation would be to be hydrated, so you don't have to milk 3 fingers to get enough blood.
To get these. Okay, what's next?
What's next? Once your kit is received, the lab will process your sample. Assuming it passes all quality checks, we'll contact you if there are any issues. 2, a board-certified physician will review your results and securely transmit them to us. Not us, them. 3, we'll email you as soon as your results arrive. Check the status of your order anytime by going to everlywell.com/orders.
And using your number thing. Okay, part 2 to come when our results are back. And we're back. It took about 10 days from the time we sent in our kits.
I got a text from them saying that they had received it, and I went onto the site to look for my results. It said it would take 10 to 12 days, 10 to 12 business days, and it took
10 days total.
10 days
right?
total.
What Everlywell this test tests for is IgG reaction, which is an immune response to the proteins in foods. There's all sorts of disclaimers, like if something doesn't show up, you may still be allergic, that kind of thing. I have been through the gamut at allergists before. Shush. It's still one of those sciences that's still being studied, but from what we found, how it relates to what we've experienced as far as food sensitivities, it was pretty spot on. Some things were surprising, but a lot of things made sense.
Well, the surprising thing to me was that I had like 54 things show up as I'm sensitive to them. Things that I would never have thought that I was sensitive to. But I did have some that, like for the last couple of years, I've had issues with milk products, dairy cow, and also wheat or gluten. I couldn't really tell what it was. And I had 2 things pop up as high sensitivity according to the test.
Reactivity.
Reactivity.
They classify the reactions 3 ways. They have high, moderate, and low, and then if it doesn't have an immune response, they just say normal.
Yeah.
That's because that's how your body should respond to food. And the high reactivity foods are the things you're most likely to be experiencing very noticeable symptoms to as far as reactivity. The moderate, you probably do, though you may not realize that's a food reaction or something. And the low, they say you may or may not experience reaction symptoms too. So the high reactivity for you
was cow's milk and yogurt, which made sense. And that helped me kind of rely on the test a little bit more, because I know how I feel after having that type of product.
Yeah.
And the fact that it showed up on this test as a high made sense to me. So I was like, okay, this thing, even if it's not perfect, it's picking up on things it should be picking up on.
Yeah.
And then after that was where it got a little surprising for me, because I found not only was it cow's milk that was an issue, but also goat's and sheep's milk all
Yeah.
showed up as moderate reactions. So,
Which is
yeah.
interesting to me because once we realized he started having issues, I was purposefully picking up, like using things instead of Parmesan, using true sheep's milk Romano cheeses because that seemed to be easier on his stomach and he could tolerate that. But according to his results, he did still have a reaction. Was your sheep's milk reaction less than the others?
Sheep's milk was only a
Yes.
19, so that's borderline
Yeah.
it's borderline mild, almost no reaction.
Yeah. Goat's milk was a bit higher. Cow's milk was really high,
Yeah,
which makes a lot of sense. Sheep's milk, they say the proteins and the fat chains are very similar to human milk, so the human body can naturally tend to process it better.
This particular test did break down the milk into its individual proteins,
Yeah.
like casein and whey. Also, the gluten thing definitely is an issue
Those are all
because
moderate, right?
gluten showed up as a moderate, as
A lot
did
of grains.
basically all the rest of the grains that contain gluten.
Even really low level ones like
Yep.
millet and things like that.
Millet, rye,
And yeast
yes,
also
both
showed
yeast,
up as
baker's yeast and brewer's yeast.
So basically, if he's going to eat bread, we need to figure out a buckwheat or amaranth type of sourdough. Was there anything
And malt.
else on here that showed up pretty reactive that surprised you?
There was two that hurt me to my core, and that was cayenne pepper, because I put cayenne pepper sauce basically on everything, and then coffee, and then eggs. We both had eggs show up.
And that is, I mean, on my results, that is the one thing that was high reactivity for me was eggs. I eat so much eggs, especially during Giovanna's pregnancy. I was eating a lot of eggs. They started making me really sick, like nauseous and stomach sick.
I had egg white really high.
Yeah, I had egg white really high and egg yolk moderate. We both showed pretty high to egg components. So that's, I mean, you're cutting out
I'm cutting out eggs
eggs
and gluten and dairy
and cayenne,
and cayenne, yeah. So I'm switching all my hot sauces over to
like jalapeno chili
any other
peppers.
chili. Yeah, because chili pepper was super low.
Yeah. And I'm cutting out eggs. We have been egg free, all the things free for almost a week now. But I really want to go a full month without having any eggs and see how I feel.
There's two things that I would never have known would show up, but oyster. Like I've had oyster sauce, but I've never eaten oysters. They're kind of. But it was a pretty high one. It was probably my third highest behind cow's milk and yogurt.
Yeah.
So.
But there were no other shellfish or mollusks of any kind.
Not that I
showed
remember,
up,
no.
Those are our results. I would really love to hear if you have tried the Everywell test. We will check back after 30 days of being egg-free, dairy, wheat, cayenne-free.
Because the quantity of things in here, it's not realistic to cut out all 54 things that showed up in my list, but I think I had about 10 that showed up moderate or high. I'm working on those ones.
Yeah.
But like I'm not giving up coffee. I'm not giving up garlic because those were lows. Bell pepper. I'm not going to give that one up.
So we will check back in after a month of doing, of cutting these foods out and let you know if we've seen any change, if we plan to add things back in, or if we're going to continue to work on these things. This is not sponsored. This is just something we wanted to do.
Because of the issues we were having with certain foods. So we're like, oh,
why not?
Let's get a test.
So thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. As always, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it if you think anyone might find it useful, and subscribe to hang out for more. We'll see you again soon. Bye.